All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Thursday. Hopefully you're having a great day. Wednesday was not a good day in the MLB. Crazy day, and I feel like the frequency is it's so insane. But yeah, we gave out 5 best bets. We had the Royals game get canceled. We went 0-4. Reds' first 5 was a busto. Had bases loaded, 1 out. Couldn't score a run, so that's cool. This Reds offense, God, I think we're just going to have to ban them for a while. They're just so streaky with the offense. It's so hard to pick and choose when they're actually going to score runs. We had the Phillies, team total over 3.5. Jose Barrios, 4 Ks. Barrios got 4 Ks right on the nose. And the Phillies just couldn't score runs. So bats just went ice cold. We had the Yankees on the money line. Luis Ortiz to give 4+ hits. Yankees got shut out for the second time this season. The first time was against Skubal. I'll give you that one, but not Luis Ortiz. You cannot get shut out by Luis Ortiz. And then we had the Padres on the money line. They blew a 5-0 lead. So that was pretty wild. No official plays I have today. There's nothing I really love. If I do, I'll post them in the pinned comments. But right now, we're just going to cover the slates, and I'll give you my leans, but nothing I've personally invested in today. So first game, it's going to be the D-backs and the Braves kicking us off at 12:15. Brandon Pfaadt, Grant Holmes. Brandon Pfaadt coming off a just ridiculously bad game. Didn't record a single out in his last start. Grant Holmes has been pitching pretty well at home. I will tell you, from a trend standpoint, Holmes is 8-0-1 to the under in his starts at home going back to last season. And the Braves are 6-2 in the last game of a series at home this year. I think we have too high of a price for this Braves team, though. I know Pfaadt's been getting absolutely destroyed. But for me, it's the under or the Diamondbacks is the only way I'm playing that. Don't love the pitch mix for Holmes. Diamondbacks have been hitting his pitch mix really well. First game of a doubleheader, the makeup game from yesterday. Noah Cameron and Miles Mikolas would love to just run this right back and play the Royals on the money line. But with it being a doubleheader, just don't feel great about it. I got to be really cautious about doubleheaders because you don't know what bullpen arms they will use. For me, this would be probably a first 5 under. There is a chance for rain. It is pretty light. We're going to have the wind blowing left to right. It's going to be 75 degrees, but it's Royals on the first 5 or first 5 under just because we don't know what arms they're going to use out of the pen. And I do think we have a pitching advantage in terms of Noah Cameron being the better pitcher. Just don't know if they'll actually score runs. But right-handed pitchers, Royals have been hitting very well. Over the past week, they're hitting 330. Cardinals against lefties over the past week have struggled a little bit at 188. But over the last 2 weeks, they've been hitting them very well. So just one of those, knowing Cameron's been on fire, but he is due for some regression at some point. He's got a 1 ERA, expected ERA of 3.15. Still doesn't change my read. I mean, this is a decent Royal spot, but like I said, with first game of a doubleheader, just going to steer clear. Detroit Tigers and the White Sox. This just screams, take the Tigers -1.5. I mean, probably going to be an official play for me. Maybe the only one I have today. I don't know. But I do like Casey Mize here, 6-1 on the season. He is giving up some hits, though, particularly to lefties who are hitting almost 300 off of him. But he's the far better pitcher here. So Tigers -1.5 wouldn't be a terrible play. Hate paying -135 for a run line, but only play I see in that one. Phillies and Toronto. Man, Luzardo got dinged up pretty damn good in his last game, and I can see that happening again today. Toronto is top 4 against lefties over the last 2 weeks, hitting 315 over the past week. The pitch mix for Luzardo doesn't look great. Toronto is 16th hitting the fastball, 7th hitting the slider, and 1st hitting the changeup. But the pitch mix for Bassett doesn't look fantastic either, but he just throws so many more pitches, and he's been pretty good at home. Yeah, this is the over for me. Would probably be the only way I would play this. I do think Luzardo gets hit. I mean, he's pretty much gotten hit in every outing. Against righties, he's been getting hit pretty hard, 333 average. Bassett is getting hit pretty hard by lefties at a 382 average. So just kind of screams take the over after we saw a really low-scoring game yesterday. 2-1 with a nice clutch hit by the Blue Jays with 2 outs in the 9th for Romano to blow the save. Next one's going to be Minnesota and Oakland. Bailey Ober going up against Mitch Spitz. Mitch Spitz at home has been terrible. We got 11 starts under his belt. He's got an 80 ERA. In terms of the weather, it's going to be 80 with the wind slightly blowing in. So I don't really want to touch an over-under of 10.5, but it would be Twins probably as a dance partner to something, or you can take them on the run line. But I feel like we're playing with fire, taking them on the run line after they've absolutely destroyed them the past couple of games. So this would probably just be a dance partner for me. O's and the Mariners, Zach Eflin going up against Brian Wu. Mariners got the job done yesterday. Man, we've seen these bats go cold yesterday. So the Orioles got the win. Eflin's not a dude I trust, but I think he has some success in this game today. He's been okay on the road. He's got a sub-4 ERA. Wu at home's been pretty good with a 1.73. So this is one, there might be some value taking the under 7.5. Maybe look at Nerfy here or a first 5 under, something like that. But in terms of the Mariners, not paying 175 for the Mariners. That's just not going to happen after how they've looked recently. Next game, San Diego, San Francisco. Dylan Cease going up against Robbie Ray. My initial thought here was just hammer the Giants. Like, let's fade Dylan Cease. My only issue is he's never lost a game at Oracle Park, and he has a pretty fantastic set of numbers here. He's played 3 games. He's 2-0, and he's got a sub-2 ERA. Robbie Ray at home, been pretty good. 1.89 ERA and 6 home starts. Dylan Cease on the road has been tragic. He's got almost a 6 ERA on the season. So it's Giants or nothing for me here. But over-under is pretty under. So the 7 is pretty rough. But I would still say if you can get that 7.5 on Caesars, I don't mind that. But I would lean towards the Giants here. All right, next game is going to be the Dodgers and the Mets. Pete Alonso just won the game for the Mets by himself. I think he had 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, if I'm not mistaken. David Peterson going up against Landon Knack. Knack is not a guy I get behind. Can't trust Landon Knack, in my opinion. Just not a great pitcher. He's got a 5.5 ERA at home. David Peterson sub-3 on the road, but his pitch mix doesn't look great. This is one where it's probably Mets are the over for me. We do have a 9-mile-an-hour wind blowing out, and it's going to be fairly warm. It's going to be 74 degrees. And after a low-scoring game yesterday from the Dodgers, I expect for them to kind of open it up offensively. The lefty does make me a little nervous, but Peterson been pitching pretty well. I mean, it's the only thing that scares me about taking an over. Against lefty on lefty, he's been fantastic. 125 average over the last month, 211 to righty. So, like I said, Landon Knack's not a dude I can get behind. Maybe Mets first 5. You could probably still get some pretty good value there, but fade Knack here. Houston and Pittsburgh. Houston got shut out yesterday. Pretty wild. Ended up losing 3 or 4-0, I believe. Framber Valdez going up against Mitch Keller. We get an over-under of 7.5. So clearly the books expect Keller to pitch pretty good. I think Framber should do really well against this squad. Pirates can't hit lefties, so there's that. But we're paying too much for this Astros team. So it's one of those like Pirates run line. I don't think the Astros are going to score a ton of runs, but don't want to put my money on minus 162 for the Astros on the road. Next one's going to be the Cubbies and the Nats. Nats got the job done yesterday. Almost looked at taking the over in that game. Thank God I didn't touch it because it wouldn't have hit. Drew Pomeranz going up against Jake Irvin. Pomeranz has pitched really well this season. Hasn't given up an earned run on the road in 6 games. Jake Irvin at home's not terrible. He's got a little over a 3 ERA. But this is a great bounce back spot for the Cubs. And you're getting a somewhat decent price to take them. I think minus 142 is very reasonable here for the Cubbies. In terms of the weather, you got 82 degrees with an 8-mile-an-hour wind that's going to be kind of slightly blowing in. So 9.5 is a decent amount of runs given that weather. So it'd be the under or the Cubs for me, would be the only way I'd play this game. Guardians and the Yankees. I mean, you're paying an absurd price to take the Yankees. It's Max Fried on the hill. My only concern is lefties have been having a little bit of success off of Fried over the past month. They got like a 270 average, but Slate Sassoni is not a pitcher I want to trust. After the Yankees get shut out, I expect for them to kind of bounce back really strong. They got their ace on the hill, but you got to take run line here. You got to find some creative ways, throw them in a parlay, something like that to get some value. So next game, Rangers and the Rays. Nice comeback by the Rangers last night. They still lost, but it was looking like a blowout. And then they ended up slowly coming back. Pepio going up against Leiter. Leiter's been really good this season, but on the road, definitely more susceptible. Pepio's got a little over a 3.5 ERA and 8 home starts. Don't like the pitch mix for Leiter here. Rays are hitting the fastball and the slider well. He throws both of those combined about 78, 79% of the time. So Rays for me in this spot here. Again, just can't really trust this Rangers offense. I don't think you're getting a terrible price here to take the Rays. Maybe look at the under, but this is another game where we could see some rain. 46% chance of rain, 6-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. Got an over-under of 9. Yeah, it's the under or the Rays for me in this one. Second game of doubleheader, Royals and the Cardinals. Cole Reagan's coming back off injury, facing Matthew Liberatore. So 2 lefties going at it. We got an over-under of 7.5. This would be kind of a zigzag. Whoever wins game 1, take them to lose game 2. But I do like Liberatore at home. Liberatore at home has been pretty solid this season. When I say pretty solid, like real solid. Sub 1.7 ERA. Reagan's 3.78 ERA in 3 away games. It's going to be back-to-back lefties facing the Cardinals, so I think that works in the Cardinals' favor. Lean Cardinals in this spot. And then that is it. So those are our games. Like I said, check the pinned comments. I'll post them by, let's say 12 o'clock Eastern time. So if I do have any plays, I'll post them by noon if they are official. But yeah, kind of a crappy slate. Lines are a little high. Nothing I truly love, but going to continue to look at models and trends. And then, like I said, by noon, I will post any plays. So appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next video.